What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Today our record's looking pretty good for one day internationals, an average of 28, and we're in the slog overs. 41 overs have been. We've just got 3 overs left. We're just going out here hoping to try and get some quick runs, just get some runs on the board. We've already got a fairly decent total already, and we can't quite run that one down to third man. They're appealing for some reason. I don't know why. Guys, stop wasting my time. Don't go for the review. It's not worth it. But yeah, today pretty much is just about obviously batting out these last few overs, or at least trying to slog out in these last few overs, which is what we are trying to do. Ross Taylor on the other end. It wouldn't be a bad decision to get him down on strike. 123 off just 87 deliveries. So he's playing an absolutely incredible one-day innings here today. There we go. Finally, we get some bat on ball, but we might run ourselves out. It was very close. I thought it was a very, very close thing. I thought. How many times do I have to say that? Thought I was going to be run out, but that is not the case. And this is what we've wanted. We want the spinner to come on, so we can just look to go and plodge him over the top, like we have done there. That is going to be 6 runs, just like that. We love it. Absolutely love it. So this run rate, this is incredible. We are looking to score probably around, I'd say, 350 here. And if we can just keep plunging these sixes like we have done all week, I must say across all 3 career mode videos, we have been smashing sixes left, right, and center. So this is very good. 13 off 5 so far. And we're looking for the 6 sixes in this over. I can feel it. 3 already. And we're just tonking Ashwin. Why they brought him back in, I don't know. But he is getting the treatment that he deserves. 19 off 6. Love it. Oh, and you don't go and bowl me up full bungers, Ashwin. Ooh, 1 bounce. So we can't go for the 6 sixes in the over. But this is some very good, very aggressive batting. And just like that, we have seen a change in the field. I didn't quite recognise that. And I hope that hasn't gone out to a man. It has, but it has carried far enough to pick up our 4-6 of the over. And just like that, there is 28 that has been hit from it so far. And we've moved on to 316, would you believe? That one there may not have enough, and our slogfest is over. 29 off 9, and it is exactly what we needed at this stage of the innings. We've got ourselves up over 300, and hopefully Ross Taylor and BJ Watling can get the job done towards the back end of the innings. But a pretty good knock from us, 29, as I said, coming just off the 9 deliveries, and Ross Taylor getting up to 150 there. The bowlers doing a good job too. They got us off to a good start. 3 quick wickets. And we'll be looking to go now and capitalise on their work. The required run rate is up towards 8 already. So whenever it's in that situation there, it is always going to be hard to come back from that, especially 3 wickets down as well. The one thing the Indians have done well is they have got that run rate up, but they have lost their wickets. And I say this time and time again, video after video, when you are chasing a total, it doesn't really matter a whole lot, you know, how many runs you have on the board. Obviously, it does help you a long way, but if you have wickets down, like if they're in this situation and they were another couple down, they would be in deep, deep doo-doo. So hopefully we can go and do that. We can get Kohli. He seems to be the set man. He's having an incredible time, and I think I mentioned that in my Wednesday video. He was named the captain of the World T20, team of the tournament, shall we say, and just absolutely smashing it. Had an absolutely incredible tournament, and that is a good thing for RCB fans leading into the IPL, that he is in good form. And I think a lot of their players are in quite good form as well. Obviously, Samuel Badri played very well. He made the team of the tournament too. And Chris Gale, we know how destructive he can be, along with Abid de Villiers. And a Mitchell Starc, who is returning from injury as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes with everything. But there is our first over, done and dusted. Just the 3 off it. And that is the way we like to do it, especially when the Indians are chasing a big total. So hopefully we can go. Again, if we don't pick up too many wickets, it's not the end of the world. If we can restrict like we did in that first over, I'll be fairly happy with that. If we only go for 3s and 4s, that will definitely do, because then it allows the other bowlers to apply a bit more pressure because of the pressure we're putting on from our end. But I really don't see the Indians coming back from this. Such a big total to chase down. And it's one of those totals that basically, you know, you're either going to get there or get close, or you're going to just absolutely struggle and fail miserably. It is one of those ones where, you know, basically you need to come out and you just need one guy to to get going. And once that one guy gets going and he gets sorted, gets started, and gets you off to, gets you a bulk of those runs, it is going to make it a hell of a lot easier for the guys coming in later on, I guess, in the slog overs, shall we say. But runs there, so we're just going to keep picking it down. That's all we got to do. If we go, as I said, for 2, 3, even 4 and over, I'm not going to be too disappointed. As long as we keep the boundaries down, that is the main thing. And that will do quite nicely as well. As I said, pressure does funny things. Kartik moves away from the ball, and there is his middle peg out of the ground, just like that. So, that's what I said. Pressure does go and do funny things to you. But now the thing is, we do have a left-hander in at the crease, which is a bit of a pain. But we will go and make do with it, because I do like bowling that in-swing. The in-swing does seem to be working quite well for me as of late. And Suresh Raina, first ball. He is a limited overs superstar, this kid. First ball for a 6. And that has really gone and put a bit of a dampener on the over. Obviously, that wicket of Dinesh Karthik. But, again, wickets down is going to be key. And that is what, hopefully, we can go and rely on. Again, the run rate for the Indians is very good. But the thing we have to work with is the wickets in hand. Obviously, 4 already. There probably should have been a second run there, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. It means Virat Kohli gets back on strike. We get the right-hander in there. Hopefully, we can get those induckers working and get something going onto his middle peg. Fingers crossed. But again, it is a pretty good start, because we have been pretty low and slow when it's come to wickets as of late. We really have just been, I guess, since the patch has come out on both PS3 and PS4, we're more of that containing bowler, that guy who's, maybe going to pick you up 1, 2 wickets in a game, but isn't going to go for too many runs, compared to a guy who was going for hardly any runs and picking up 5 fizz every game. So this is a lot more enjoyable, obviously, going and not having it so you're picking up 5, 6, 7 wickets in a game. It does make it more realistic. Does mean you have to mix it up a little bit, and that's, I think, where I struggle when it comes into taking the wickets, because I do like to go and obviously work on a certain skill set and build it up over time. So at the moment, obviously doing outswing, that's almost full. I think after that, I do just have the slower ball and possibly both lots of cutters left to do, and then my skills, for a bowler I should say, are going to be 100% complete. So there's another good over. Again, I think only about 3 or 4 coming off it, and that is what we're going to keep doing. If we can keep doing that, being that containing guy, and bowl through a bulk of our 10 very early on, then we are going to be in very good shape. And see, then you get this. You bowl a couple of tight overs, of good overs, and all of a sudden they start going and playing rash shots, like obviously Dinesh Karthik did, which saw his downfall. But Raina's doing that, and I don't mind that. It's one of those things as a bowler. If batsmen are coming out to hit you, it means one of 2 things. Either as a bowler you're intimidated and you're going to go and probably get hit for runs because your mind won't be in the correct mindset. But another thing it does mean, that if they're going out and trying to hit you, it does mean you have added opportunities to pick up a wicket. A ball could be mistimed. It could be, taken inside edge to the keeper. It could take an inside edge onto the stumps. It could be caught in the deep, it could be caught in close, it could just miss it altogether. So there are plenty of things, I guess, to think about when it comes to that, when a batsman starts to get a little bit more aggressive on you. I mean, like that one there's hit the pad. Too bad it is just swinging away. So it's not that we can't go for the LBW appeal, but really no point going for the LBW appeal in a situation like that. That one is a little bit closer, but again, think it's just going to miss off stump. So we won't review it, won't race the review, but again, just the 2 runs coming off the over, so we'll definitely keep that. And I believe someone did pick up Virat Kohli in the last over, so all of a sudden, 5 down now, and not looking good for the Indians. As I said, still 206 to get off 24 overs, so that isn't really the biggest issue that's going on. I mean, it is still a lot of runs, but it definitely is something that can still be done. But the main thing is the Indians are 5 wickets down, so they are running out of recognised batsmen. The only one left really is Jadeja, because Raina, because Jadeja, obviously being an all-rounder, he's not going to be a guy who's going to stay out there for a very long period of time. And he's probably, he's not going to score you a bulk of those runs. I mean, chasing 204 in a situation like this, you really would hope that Raina would take up about 100, maybe 120 of them, and then the remaining batsmen can go and pick up the other 80 to 100 runs. But I don't see that happening. Not here. Not with this New Zealand bowling attack. Not with Cliffy steaming in and bowling his beautiful, beautiful in-duckers. Or out-duckers to the left-handers, I guess you would say. Because that is what we have on our cards now. Both batsmen left-handers, which, you know, I'm not really a huge fan of. I do prefer the right-handers, but, you know, I guess it is just personal preference. Like, there are a lot of players. Oh, this could be run out. Oh, hit and he was gone by a mile. Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good. But I think, you know, certain bowlers do have certain preferences to whether they prefer bowling to the left or right-handed batsman. I remember, I think Chris Martin, obviously the great New Zealand batsman, Chris Martin I'm talking about here, he had a preference when he did bowl, when he did roll the arm over. It wasn't very often. But had a preference, I believe, to bowl to left-handers just because, you know, I'm trying to come up with a stat here, but it is going to be incorrect. But, you know, let's just say 80% of the time he was one of those guys who, when bowling to left-handers, the ball would basically, you know, it would be a seam ball. It wouldn't really do much off the pitch. It wouldn't move in the air. But then he had the tendency to go and bowl the odd one that would just, you know, I guess, go with the angle, shall we say, and just move away from the left-hander, and those were the ones that he went and picked up wickets. I remember a tour once upon a time when West Indies came here, and I think he had a pretty successful series against Chris Gale because he was getting the ball just to do that little bit. Not too much, just a little bit of swing, a little bit of movement off the seam, and that was the difference. That really did help New Zealand out, and I think they possibly won that Test series because that is when Chris Gale, I believe, was in quite good form. And who knows what BJ Watling's doing. Come on, boys. Just hold the ball. Oh, my God. Is that Ross? That was Ross Taylor, wasn't it? Throwing it around. What? He just looked like a plonker. He just actually looked like a plonker. That one there. That's a better run. That is a better run. So, I wouldn't say we've been expensive, but, you know, 24 now off. I'm not sure how many overs we've bowled. I've actually lost count. But they're just going and nudging around these singles with relative ease, which is a little bit of a concern. But, I mean, if we can get someone from the other end, hopefully, to try and pick us up something, pick us up a wicket, then we are going to be looking in a better shape. And that has happened. I think Dan, the man, old man Vittori, has gone and picked one up. And all of a sudden, 6 down now, the Indians. And it does look like it is going to be fairly much impossible to pick up this win here. 176, I believe, needed off the last 19 overs. But again, we've got another... No, sorry, Ashwin is a right-hander. I was going to say Ashwin is a right-hander, but we've got Jadeja in still. So we'll be looking to go and rotate the strike, get that right-hander in there, and again, hopefully try and get those in-duckers working, get an LBW or a bold or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's been a pretty good spell for Cliffy. We have kept it tight. We've done our role. We've done our job. Our job in this side is not to be a wicket taker. It is to be a containing bowler, and that is what we have done. And when you are a containing bowler, that doesn't mean that you don't pick up wickets or you don't aim to pick up wickets, but you just aren't really as much as a strike bowler as, shall we say, you know, I guess in this side, maybe Neil Wagner in the one-day side for us would be, you know, our energy bowler, our guy who's going to bustle in, be our strike bowler, be aggressive, maybe go for a few extra runs, but is going to pick you up 3, maybe 4 wickets. And that isn't really our role in this team. Our role is just to be that containing guy, keep the run rate down, and build the pressure, obviously, for the other bowlers. Please stop that. Thank you. I was going to say, we can't... I don't want another 4. I think the only boundary we've been hit for was that 6 from Reiner that he hit first ball. And, you know, again, not too bad. 5 or 6 coming off the over. And I didn't actually have a chance to look to see how many overs we have bowled, but I'd say we must be coming to the end of our spell soon. We came in the 17th, and I think we have bowled. I think we have bowled straight from then. So, if my maths is correct, we should have another 2, I believe, including this one, maybe, or another 3 including this one. I'm not too sure. But I think it is 2 including this one. So that one there has just gone over the stumps. Again, Jadeja now looking to get a little bit more aggressive, and that is a good sign for us because it means one could get mistimed. He could completely miss one like he did there, and if it had stayed just a little bit lower, probably would have gone and clipped the bails. But, you know, we'll take it. This is our role. We're doing exactly what we need to do. That's got to be close for an LBW. I might actually take a cheeky review there just to use it. We're not going to watch it through because it does take a little bit of time. You have to watch it through. Nah, it must be missing. I was going to say with the angle there, I don't think it's done enough to come back in. and it is the umpire's call. So it was originally hitting the wickets, but not enough of the ball hitting the wickets. It was basically just flicking the bail there on the off stump. So, but that's not a bad review. I don't think that's a wasted review. Obviously, umpire's call always is going to be hard, but they are going to pick up one, which means we do get to bowl to Ashwin for this last ball of this over. And as I said, after this, I believe we have just the one left. Could be the two, I'm not 100% sure, but it would be nice to pick up another wicket. And there we go again, getting too close onto Ashwin's pads, and he's going to hit us away for a boundary. That has been our issue. Too used to bowling to the left-handers. A right-hander comes in. We're too straight. We're on the pads, and boom, it just gets put away just like that. There, 2 overs left to go, I believe, if I am correct. If I saw correctly. So at this stage, and this is again coming back to that wickets in hand debate. Well, not debate, but discussion that I had. At this stage, we were in a very similar situation to the Indians. I think we were about maybe 10 or 15 runs ahead going into the last 15 overs. The difference was we were only 3 wickets down. And because of that, we were able to accelerate. You know, the likes of Brendan McCullum was able to come in. I was able to come in, score my 29 off 9. Whereas the Indians don't really have, you know, that option. They are 6 down. They've got their all-rounders in now. After this, it's basically just going to be their bowlers. So that is where the difference is, and the required run rate is up over 10 and over now. So, as I said, it is going to be tough, and we don't mind just giving up those ones. Those ones aren't going to do it every couple of balls. Again, if we go for 3 or 4, it is just going to go and raise that run rate. Every dot ball and every just single run does go and helps us out. It boosts the run rate up, and now they're starting to take riskier runs. Direct hit, but I believe Jadeja was just in. So, well, you can't appeal. You can appeal, but the umpire would just shake his head. Be like, what are you doing? And there we go, Ashwin going in the air again, but straight to the fielder. Ooh, risky second. Nah, good running. What am I talking about? Risky second. They get there easily in the end. And that is the end of our 9th over. So just the one left to go after this. And Dan the Man Vittori coming in. And he picks up, I believe, Jadeja. So now you would have to say all over Red Rover to the Indians. But, you know, they're sticking in there. The required run rate's still just about 10. It would take a Jadeja special here to really go and get things going. In fact, Jadeja can't do anything special because he is now back in the hut. It is Singh? What's Singh? It can't be Yuvraj. And it's not Harbhajan because it's a left-hander. They're taking Ashwin special. I believe it is Yuvraj Singh. I think it is Yuvraj Singh batting down at number 9. What? What is this? Okay, so maybe they could still do it with Yuvraj in there because he is a man who does know how to find the fence. He does know how to find the boundaries. So, but we're coming into our last over, and I think we've done enough. Probably not as economical as we would have liked. 1 for 40 so far. Really like to go and try and finish things off with another wicket, just to hit that. Oh, Wags. So close, Wags. We would like to go and finish with another wicket just to really, you know, help out and make those figures look a little bit better. I think we have bowled a little bit better than 1 for 41. Make that 1 for 47. Ashwin, he has just been a nightmare for us. I think all of his runs he's basically hit off my bowling. 16 off 14 now. Final ball of our spell. And we finish with, oh, another huge, is that it's going to be a 6? It is going to be a 6. 1 for 53. So at the end of the day, not really doing the job, not doing the containing role whatsoever, and just the 1 wicket, which we won't be too happy about. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. A nice, comfortable win for the Kiwis in this first one-day international against the Indians. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you had a good week so far and have a good weekend. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I've got Cricket Coach 2014 New Zealand Reborn coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.